Hey, welcome back, YouTubers, to another episode here at MRC. Hope everyone's doing well. Today I got an unboxing video for you. Now you're wondering, Mike, where's the box? But I'll get to that in a second. Right here I have the Mould King Super S quadcopter, and you may have recognized this from earlier in my channel. I bought this and I did a review, and I really like this quadcopter. So I saw online its latest brother in its line, so this is the unboxing I'm talking about. Here we got the Mould King Super X. So this is a larger type of version quadcopter. I just recently came out online and I bought it and I had it shipped. Took about a few weeks to get here. So just quick have a look here. Seems like it has headless mode, does 3D flips, 2.4 gigahertz radios, 6-axis gyroscope, battery long distance, it's supposed to be steady in the wind, and 1 key return. So I'm going to cut the tape off the joints on the box, and let's get this thing out and see what all comes inside. So hang on tight. So here we go. I got this the box, and this is what we're looking at. I'm just gonna do some comparisons here. So you can see this was a bit of an odd size quadcopter in the sense that it wasn't necessarily a micro and it wasn't big enough to be a mini. It kind of fell in between, but the size of the new one compared to this is much larger. It's at least double the size. This is a fairly large quadcopter. Let's see what you get here. You get a sheet for the guide, manual guide. So it goes on to show you some of the things it can do. It shows you how to work the radio. This side of the sheet is all in English, and have a Chinese on the opposite side. So not too shabby. If you have trouble reading small font size, you're not going to get much out of this. That font is really tiny, and I have pretty good eyesight, but even for me, you really have to focus in and read, because they're scrunched a lot on one page. Again, just like the previous model, it has the same radio. The trim buttons down here, power on. You have the buttons here for rates and flipping and recording and picture taking if you got the camera version. I didn't buy the camera version. So let's pop this here. Some of this is scotch taped in. So in the bag here we have a different kind of charger, and it's got some screws probably for the prop guards, and we have a little Phillips screwdriver. Underneath here, let's just take the quadcopter itself out. So you get a monster size. Well, I guess really not really a monster size, but compared to the other one, it's a monster. So you get the 4 prop guards, and it's held in with 2 screws on each and an anchor that fits into the body. And just show you quick here on the back side. I may speed through this a little bit. So like I said, underneath here it had the landing gear, so I'll just pop it on, see how it looks. Goes on quite easy, and it's quite flexible too, I might add. It has some give, so hopefully this is fitting all into the view. So there you have it. Again, just like the other one, it has very flexible props. There was no spare props in the box, but just like the smaller one, which had very bendable and flexible props, this one has the same type deal. So just gonna have a first glance here. Again, the props are huge. There's only about 1.5 inches in between from them touching. This is a fairly hard plastic. but it's rigid and should do the trick for that. Looks like we have a on-off switch here, and it's currently set on, and it has a port here for the camera. This tray here looks like it has a mounting system if you bought the camera version, which I didn't. So I'm just going to pop the tray here, and you see it comes with a LiPo, which plugs into the chassis. And I guess if you want to power in the camera, then you would plug in the other. So really interesting. Never seen a LiPo like this before. So it has two JST plugs, and underneath you have two plugs to plug into, and they're not distinguished because they both say power and power. So I'm guessing you probably have to plug both in order to make this work. Let's have a quick look here at the battery. It's a one cell 3.7 volt 780 milliamp hour battery with a double JST. So I'm just gonna slide her in and plug it in both plugs. I'm not sure why it does that, but it does. Tuck the wires in a bit. Snap in the tray. And I must admit, I really like that battery tray. Looks like there's some more room for a bigger size battery, but then again, you'd be limited to the length due to the JST plugs sticking out. And you need a battery with two battery leads on it, so I think that's really going to restrict what you can do. I don't know if people want to jerry rig up your own thing. You could probably put a Y cable on and do things. So let's see if we can turn this on. There it goes. So you can see it has really bright LED lights, which probably make this a good night flyer, and that's part of the reason why I purchased the white version. This was a good night flyer too, except being black absorbs the light at night, and it was harder to see the LEDs, so I got the LEDs going on this one again. So that's the Mould King Super X. Hope to get this up in the air in the next couple weeks. Right now it's really snowy and windy and really cold outside where I live, so I'm not that diehard to get this up into the air, do a flight video, but whenever I get the chance, it's supposed to get to 5-6 degrees on the weekend, so maybe sometime later this week I can get this up and do a flight video. So that's just an unboxing and first impressions of the Mould King Super X. I'll have a link in the notes where I bought this from. I'll also include more specs, you know, like motor size and all that stuff. You can read that up. So okay guys, thanks for tuning in again. Appreciate all the comments and all the feedback I get from you. If you got any questions, drop a note in the comments below the video here. Alright, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you again on the next one. Take care. Hey guys, Mike here. I'm just gonna stick this here at the end because I just realized after I was shooting the video, because I just took it out of the box and was getting my first impressions. And looking at the battery, it isn't a one cell battery. It's two one cells taped together, and that's why there's two leads. And some people watching the video probably caught on to that, and I was really curious after the video what was going on with this battery, but that's what's going on. So the charger has two ports, but they're charging one battery at a time, but concurrently. So yeah, this is two one cell batteries taped together. I'm not sure why they didn't go to a two cell battery. We'll have to see how this works. This may give you some more options if you have two identical batteries that are a little bit bigger. You can fit it in to extend the runtime on this quadcopter. So anyways, I just thought I'd do this quick update. This is probably either going to get inserted in the middle or at the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about a little shakiness. I'm doing this by hand. So okay guys, take care. Thanks.